talk that way. So I just wanted to say that out there because I was looking at the chat, and of course there's got to be some Yaku that just, gotta be a jerk. So the first thing I need to do is I need to apologize because I think I'm guilty of just assuming that everybody who is in certain people's chats, that I'm just assuming they're okay with everything that's going on, and that is absolutely awful of me to do that, because I don't like when people do that to me, and I'm always talking about that, especially in regards to liking. I'm always saying, well, just because they're saying something doesn't mean. And I think it's gotten so bad with the abuse and the harassment and stuff that's thrown my way that I think I ended up blanketing things. And you know what I mean? I think I just assumed everybody was doing that, because I think part of my mindset is, and I say is because I need to make a conscious choice to not do this. That's obvious. Now, I just put it on a Post-it note, stuck it on my computer so that I will always be reminded not to do that. It's just really, I think it's because it's coming from a place where I think, well, man, some of that stuff being said about me is so freaking awful, and being done is so awful. Why would anybody want to be in there? But like you were saying, that's my problem. That's not your problem. Well, that's my problem. That's not your problem. So I apologize. I think I'm guilty of doing that. And I'm sure I'm probably gonna end up doing that again to somebody. If it's not you or somebody else, and I apologize ahead of time. Please, somebody, if I'm doing it, don't be rude. But if I'm pretty laid back and I take constructive criticism well. So if you see me doing that, somebody say, hey, you're kind of doing what you don't like people to do to you about liking, or anybody else's chat you go into. So I can check myself, because sometimes when you get caught up, you just if fruit goes right, you just aren't realizing you're doing.
Right, I understand. Yeah, I understand.
So I apologize for that, and I think that's what happened a lot. I appreciate you not joining in on the making fun. I'm going to be honest. I'm not lying when I say I don't watch people. Like, I don't. And I'm going to name names, because not to try and cause an issue or anything, but because I have there's one instance that I'm going to speak on, and names have to be said just for it to make any sense. But I know what my train of thought. Let me look at my notes. Well, first off, it's not your responsibility to reprimand people. Like I've always said, it's not my responsibility to reprimand Lycan, or if I'm in CJ's chat or whoever, right? It's not my, to be the den mother, okay? I can say, hey, I don't think that's okay, and then leave, but it's not your responsibility. You mentioned, that, you don't say that. Well, you don't have to tell people to knock it off. You're not, you know what I mean? That's not your fault. You don't have to do that. So I want you to know that I don't expect you or anybody else to do that. Because
and I appreciate that very much. That I do. Look, I'm not trying to say I'm innocent here at all, but I am saying that I do believe that I have been maybe guilty by association, and I understand that, and I need you to know that I feel the same way. Like I don't like put Lycan, and I just used him because you said his name, right? I don't say because you're friends with Lycan you assume all of any feedback he gets, and I appreciate that very much, that if you would do that to me as well, because I think that's only fair. Now, if it's like my husband or my kids or something, sure, like I have a little bit more control over that, right?
Right. And I remember what I was saying. I don't go into these people's chats, so I am guilty of just, I'll see you, or I'll see other people commenting, and all I can think of is, my God, I haven't done anything to deserve this, and so I immediately get on the defensive, and I hate that, because I try not to be that way.
Well, I think it's natural. I mean,
yeah, I think it is too.